Have you ever sat down for breakfast, buttered toast in front of you, and felt a little uneasy afterward? Maybe it hits your energy, your waistline, or even your mood, and you think, is bread supposed to do this? Here's the truth. Most of the bread we reach for every day, white, fluffy, packaged, might be quietly working against you, especially as we hit our 50s and beyond. Our metabolism slows, blood sugar spikes more easily, and inflammation sneaks in even when we think we're making a simple, harmless choice. It's not just about calories, it's about how certain breads can silently sap your energy, affect your heart, and even impact your hormones that keep you feeling strong and vital. The problem isn't that bread is evil. It's that most of the options on the supermarket shelves are stripped of nutrients, loaded with refined carbs, and engineered to spike insulin and leave you craving more. That sandwich you eat for lunch might be doing the opposite of what you want. Instead of fueling performance and vitality, it's fueling fatigue and fat gain. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. There are breads, yes, real wholesome breads, that can actually support your energy, your digestion, and even your heart health. Later in this video, I'm going to show you which breads to avoid at all costs and which ones can become your secret weapon for feeling younger, sharper, and more energized every day. You'll learn a simple trick that almost nobody talks about, one that can completely change the way your body responds to bread without forcing you to give it up entirely. By the end, you'll be able to walk into any bakery or grocery store with confidence, knowing exactly what will help you and what will silently hold you back. So why does bread affect us so differently after 50? The answer lies in the way our bodies process carbs, sugar, and fiber as we age. When you eat highly processed bread, the kind that's soft, white, and packaged, your body digests it almost like sugar. Your blood sugar spikes quickly, your insulin shoots up, and within an hour or two, you crash. That crash isn't just annoying. Over time, repeated spikes can contribute to weight gain, inflammation, and even cardiovascular issues. Think of it like a car engine. High-quality fuel keeps it running smoothly for years, while cheap, refined fuel gunking up the system gradually slows performance and leads to breakdowns. The same is true for your body. Studies show that diets high in refined carbs are linked to higher inflammation, reduced energy, and increased risk of chronic conditions, especially for men in their 50s and 60s who want to stay active and strong. On the flip side, breads made with whole grains, seeds, or sprouted grains release energy slowly. They help maintain steady blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and even provide nutrients that support heart health, digestion, and brain function. Imagine a loaf that works with your body instead of against it, fueling energy for the morning walk, keeping your mind sharp during meetings, and supporting your overall vitality. Even small changes like swapping white bread for a sprouted whole grain can have noticeable effects over a few weeks. Understanding this why is the first step to taking control. Once you see how your body responds differently to refined versus nutrient-rich breads, making smarter choices isn't a chore. It becomes a strategy for staying healthier, stronger, and more energized as the years go by. And the good news is, you don't have to give up bread entirely. Later, I'll show you the exact types of bread that deliver these benefits, plus a few tricks to make them taste even better so you'll actually enjoy the swap. Now that you understand why most bread works against you, let's get into the solution. The goal isn't to ban bread completely, it's to choose the right kinds that actually support your energy, heart, and overall health. Start by looking for whole, sprouted, or fermented breads. These breads are packed with nutrients, fiber, and protein, which slow digestion and keep your blood sugar steady. Think of sprouted grain bread as the slow-release fuel your body craves, compared to white bread, which is basically instant sugar for your system. When you eat sprouted bread, you'll notice your energy lasts longer, your cravings are reduced, and your digestion feels smoother. One standout option is 100% whole grain or sprouted grain bread made without added sugar or preservatives. You can find these in most health food stores or even in your regular grocery store's organic section. Look for loaves that list actual grains as the first ingredient, not enriched wheat flour. The texture might be denser than what you're used to, but here's the trick. Toast it lightly and add a healthy fat like avocado, nut butter, or a drizzle of olive oil. Not only does it taste amazing, but the combination of fiber and healthy fats slows digestion even further, keeping you satisfied for hours. Fermented breads like sourdough are another fantastic choice. Fermentation breaks down some of the starches, making them easier to digest and gentler on your blood sugar. If you've ever noticed bloating after regular white bread, sourdough can often eliminate that problem. Pair a slice with a boiled egg or some smoked salmon, and you've got a simple, nutrient-rich meal that actually supports your metabolism instead of sabotaging it. Timing also matters. Men over 50 often notice that carbs in the evening can cause more bloating or slower metabolism. Try eating your bread earlier in the day, like for breakfast or lunch, when your body is more insulin sensitive and better able to process the carbs efficiently. Combine it with protein or fat to further stabilize blood sugar. For example, a slice of sprouted grain bread with almond butter and banana slices in the morning can keep you energized well into the afternoon. If you want to enhance the benefits even more, consider simple hacks. Lightly toast the bread to improve digestibility, add seeds like chia or flax for omega-3s and extra fiber, or pair it with a small walk after eating to aid digestion and maintain energy levels. And don't forget hydration. Water helps fiber work properly, keeping your gut happy. Finally, experiment with portion sizes. Men often underestimate how much bread they're eating. One or two slices of high-quality bread can be a powerful energy source, but a whole loaf in one sitting will counteract the benefits. Start small, notice how your body responds, and adjust. Within a few weeks, you'll likely feel more alert, less bloated, and more in control of your cravings. By choosing the right breads, pairing them wisely, and timing your intake, you're turning a simple, everyday food into a secret performance booster. It's not just about avoiding the bad stuff. It's about using bread strategically to support your vitality, your weight, and your energy, even in your 50s and beyond. Now that you know which breads to choose and how to eat them, let's talk about the mistakes that can quietly undo all your good work. First, don't be that guy who thinks whole grain automatically means healthy. Labels can be tricky. Many breads claim whole grain, but are actually loaded with refined flour, sugar, and preservatives. Always check the ingredients. If the first ingredient isn't actual whole or sprouted grains, put it back on the shelf. Next, watch portion sizes. Even the healthiest bread can spike your blood sugar if you pile on slice after slice. One or two slices per meal is usually enough to get the benefits without overdoing it. Overeating, even of healthy bread, can still lead to fatigue, weight gain, or bloating. Another common mistake is pairing bread with too many quick carbs or sugary spreads. A slice of sprouted bread with jelly, honey, or sugary peanut butter defeats the purpose. Instead, pair it with protein or healthy fats, like eggs, avocado, nuts, or salmon, to stabilize energy and support muscle maintenance, especially important as testosterone naturally declines after 50. Don't forget timing either. Eating bread late at night, right before sitting on the couch, can contribute to poor digestion and fat storage. Use bread strategically in the morning or around active parts of your day to maximize energy and avoid sluggishness. Lastly, don't ignore individual tolerance. Some men over 50 develop sensitivities to gluten or certain grains. If you notice bloating, fatigue, or digestive discomfort, even with healthy breads, experiment with gluten-free or low FODMAP options. Sprouted and fermented breads are easier on digestion, but everyone's body reacts differently. Listen to your body, adjust accordingly, and don't push it just because a bread is labeled healthy. By avoiding these mistakes, you can make sure your bread choices actually work for you instead of against you. Small tweaks, reading labels, controlling portions, pairing wisely, and respecting timing can make the difference between a sluggish afternoon and steady energy all day. Remember, it's not just the bread itself, it's how you use it that matters most. Let's wrap this up. Today you've learned that not all bread is created equal, and making the right choices can actually support your energy, heart, and overall vitality, especially as we get past 50. Avoid the soft, white, highly processed loaves that spike your blood sugar and leave you crashing. Instead, focus on sprouted grains, whole grains, and fermented breads like sourdough. Pair them with protein or healthy fats, watch your portions, and time your intake around your active parts of the day. Small adjustments like adding avocado, seeds, or a boiled egg can make a huge difference in how your body responds. Here's your challenge. This week, swap your regular bread for a sprouted or sourdough option at least once a day. Notice how your energy levels feel, how your digestion reacts, and how satisfied you are after meals. Keep it simple. No need for complicated meal plans. Just one deliberate, smart bread choice per day is enough to start seeing changes. I want to hear from you. Which bread swaps are you going to try first? And how do you usually feel after eating bread? Drop your answers in the comments. I read them all. If you found this guide useful, hit that like button. Share it with a friend who might be struggling with bread choices, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more natural strategies for energy, performance, and vitality after 50. Save this video so you can refer back when you're at the grocery store or bakery. It'll make your choices effortless. Remember, the right bread isn't just fuel, it's a small daily way to support your health, energy, and performance. Make the swap, notice the difference, and take control of your nutrition one slice at a time.